Babe,
Yeah.
I'm having a rough time. I'm having anxieties. I got a tiny wall in front of me, and that wall causes me to be terrible at small talk. It's like I push up against it. Right on the other side of it, I can see through it, but on this side of it, I feel like weights. Just gotta let it go. I feel like I just need to.
Do you want me to get a charger for it?
But somewhere.
What kind of charger does it use?
I think it's in the front seat of my car, but it's cool. No worries.
Can I use the new iPhone charger?
No. I don't think so. I don't think it's the same thing. It's slightly larger. It's cool. It needs to die so it can be fully charged. It needs to go fully dead. And then you charge it all the way up. And
Some metaphor for our lives.
the fully dead part.
It needs to be fully dead so we can fully alive.
What a metaphor. Who knew? How profound. You know, I still have trouble with, I say trouble, it's still challenging for me to make sense of, or how to compartmentalize, or just let the walk that I did exist as it is. There's always more evolution to that thought, or there's something deeper that can be found, something more profound. Somehow it reflects on my character in a certain way. Full transparency, a large part of it was an escapism through the pandemic of COVID, through the world changing what it was. And I for one, was very happy about being able to retreat into myself. The world gave me an opportunity to be introverted, and it was like the perfect excuse to lean most heavily on a defense mechanism that I have towards life. That was a good and bad thing, or maybe it was just a thing. There's no good or bad or right or wrong to it. However, most of the time, my belief system here versus something that's just mentally that I play Tetris with and make sense of, I experience myself being used as a vessel for all kinds of characteristics and positive and negative things that happen, and really I just have a filter that places an emotion to those things, and I determine if it was a good or a bad thing. The walk that I did was very random and arbitrary, very just picking a point that I associated, that I was comfortable with being there, and or having been there before, and then home and what existed in between those 2 points. Now the experience was daunting. Like, how could you lend yourself to an experience without the use of any mode of transportation other than yourself? And somehow that became this idea that if it could be done, that other people could see that. So it would align this ego with self-serving with this other serving attribute that I possess. And I didn't come up with that. That's just the best that I can make sense of. A year to the day after I finished, our son was born. To the day. It's like those cosmic signals flying around, and as long as your antenna's up and you're not bombarded with your own static, you can sometimes pick those things up. Juxtaposition between, what is and what is. I've spent a lot of time making this video, more so than I've spent on any one of them, and the more I look at it, the more I dislike parts of it, the more I want to change different parts of it, and it starts to take on a life of its own. That's how I know that, to me, that it's good in some form or fashion, to me, and I guess that's all that matters. But I'm sharing it in hopes that you will as well. And the part that I struggled with the most was not the tediousness of every single frame being isolated and then doctored and edited. It is not even the timing so much as it's how do I correlate, how do I talk to you all sonically and visually. It was filmed over a period of 3 days, from when I stayed at Mr. Neil Crisp's house in Spruce Pine to when I started back over at Iron Mountain Gap with Blake, and then when I finished up ultimately the second to last day with Miss Tia Hughes, and who I got to share this experience, and they got to share it with me, and then thus with you all. I'm really grateful that I was able to lend myself to that experience and have something good come out of it. And I don't know what's next. It'll be something. I'm always up for pushing the envelope on what reality is and my own experience with that reality. I love editing and making videos because to me it's a medium that I can speak to you all where I have trouble articulating what's going on in my head and my heart, and somewhere it gets mixed up, and then I just regurgitate a bunch of nonsense a lot of times, and very practiced even in my tone of voice and of things. So intimately, when I make these and I get to share them, ultimately it's a deeper part of me that a lot of people don't get to see, and a vulnerability and intimacy that I want to be a part of my community, much like you all. And this, it's my vessel to get there in this. I guess we're all just spiritual beings on a human journey, and nobody knows what's going on here, and we're just making it through the best we can, and then we just trick ourselves that we're doing it wrong. Hope you enjoy. Thanks.
And the purpose is to make the different. It's what they call the Buddhist gift. I would call it the ultimate Christian gift. It's that idea of you're back and you realize the thing that matters are others. Way beyond yourself. Self goes away.